RC car bodies. You think you know, but do you really know?
Classic Lexan, detailed Lexan, hard body detailed. Hard body kits, ready to fully assemble, custom one-off bodies, and 3D printed bodies.
Welcome to today's video. As you can see, there is a ton of different RC car bodies. We're going to dive into everything RC car body today. What types there are, what do all the different types mean, how do you get your hands on them, and what body do you ultimately want?
I don't know.
And by the end of this video, you're going to know A to Z about RC bodies and then some. There's Lexan, there's polycarbonate, there's ABS hard bodies, there's custom hard bodies, there's 3D printed bodies, there's metal bodies. What are all these bodies? What do they mean? And which ones do I want? Now that you boys know why we're here, let's dive into our first topic of the day. What is an RC car body? Yes, you probably are like, well, duh, it's a car body. It covers the car. Well, exactly. An RC car body is the outside shell of an RC car that helps protect its internal components from the outside sources. Slamming the thing up against a tree and damaging a valuable component inside the car, that's what the outside RC car body is supposed to do. Protect the inside components of an RC car. After you hit that subscribe button, make sure you stick around to the end of the video to help get all the valuable content in today. We're going deep today, boys. Information overload. That we have the gist of what an RC car body is, what the RC car body does. Now, what types of RC car bodies are there? Well, if you see, I have a beautiful array of RC bodies in front of me. I have everything from your typical classic Lexan body, your polycarbonate body, your detailed Lexan body, your standard hard body, your super detailed hard body, your one-of-one custom hard body, and everything in between, boys. We're going to dive head first into letting you know exactly what each of these bodies have, their pros, their cons, and why it may make you want or not want one. Now, the first body we're going to dive into is Lexan or polycarbonate. They are essentially one and one the same, just a type of different material. Some can be a little stronger, a little thicker, and some can have better properties other than others. Some bodies you want to be very thin and flex. Some bodies you want to be hard and stiffer in other areas. Like an X-Max, you want the roof of that thing to be very solid, while you may want the front of it to flex a little bit in case you hit something so it doesn't crack immediately. There's benefits and pros and cons to each way each manufacturer pours the mold and how thick their plastic is and what each type of plastic is. In front of us here we have the beautiful Sin Racing F450 body. This is a standard Lexan two-piece body. Lexan bodies can come in single or two-piece, or sometimes more than two pieces depending on the manufacturer. This body is a detailed with a full drop bed inside of here, plastic molded mirrors, windshield wipers, and some other scale accessories that we have printed here in-house and Sin provided us with from the factory. It also has some headlight buckets you can glue in from the backside to add beautiful lights on the front of this thing. And overall, that's the gist of this Lexan body and Lexan bodies in general. This is a very detailed Lexan body compared to some. Some bodies don't really have anything. It's just the axle shell on the whole outside. As you're seeing in front of me, this Raptor body just has the body. There's really nothing to it. It doesn't even have a really big drop bed in it. No little accessories on it. It's just your standard Lexan body. Where the Sin body, it has details. It has that depth to it, and it has that sense of realism that the standard Lexan body doesn't have. Now, Lexan bodies are good. They are lower cost of the spectrum. They have a ton of flexibility so they don't break on impact. And they also offer a wide array of bodies. And that's the beautiful thing about it. You can get your hands on a beautiful smorgasbord of RC bodies. The con of Lexan and polycarbonate body is, well, if you don't get a very detailed one, which not many are, you don't have that sense of realism, that scale depth to the hard body, and it's kind of just like, oh, I can definitely tell this is an RC car. Also, Lexan bodies can become quite flimsy over time. Some molds may have thin parts in them, and they can be easily rip, and they can easily just kind of tear up. You can have a plastic piece rubbing up against the bottom, and it rubbed through the paint. Common misconception with Lexan and polycarbonate bodies is how they're painted. All these bodies are painted from the inside.
What?
You do not paint the outside of the body. That is the beautiful thing about the Lexan bodies is the painting process. You're able to paint these things from the inside, so when the outside comes in contact with something, it gets scratched or damaged, you're not actually ruining the paint of the body. You're just scratching the outside hard plastic layer. It's like a clear coat without having a clear coat on it. If you were painting a pearl white like this guy, your pearl would go first, then your white, and then your backing layer, whatever you would want it to be. A darker color, make the color darker, lighter, make it lighter, and etc. So it's a beautiful painting process about Lexan bodies. It gives you the extra hard shell coating of durability over your paint job. Diving into our next body, we have a more detailed Lexan body. This is just like the Sin body, just a little bit more detailed. This has a full interior in the inside of it, believe it or not. This top is also removable off the body, so you can see that interior. We also have some hard molded plastic details on here, such as the fender flares, the mirrors. I've also added a metal light bar and a plastic snorkel to this guy. As you can see, this one looks pretty freaking real looking from far away. It's a good 5-foot body, but it still is missing some of that detail. If you look right here where the vent's supposed to be for the windshield wipers, we're missing some of that stuff. The grill components is a sticker. And next on our spectrum is the RC hard bodies. These hard bodies are made of a hard ABS plastic. They're very stringent. They're very, very tough. They are also very hard plastic, so that comes with pros and cons. You do have the benefit of having a deep bed on this thing. You can have the molded details where the windshield wipers goes, molded in door handles, mirrors that actually function, headlights, the whole grill, and everything with these hard, super detailed. But that comes with a setback. The setback with these hard bodies is, well, being a hard body, they are hard. So on an impact, on a collision, they are susceptible to cracking or breaking, just like a real car or a normal vehicle would be in the real world. It adds a sense of, oh, I need to be careful. I don't want to mess this body up. If I get in a wreck with this one, it could be devastating to the body. And some of these bodies are hard to come by. You can get these off of cars at Walmart, cars at Toys R Us. You can get these on eBay. They come in a spectrum of cars. This came from Walmart off a little like $20 remote control Raptor, happened to be the perfect wheelbase and fits. So hard bodies are not always in the technical hobby grade RC industry. They can be found anywhere. You just got to use your imagination and your willpower to be able to do it. Still an RC hard body, but we're diving into the super detailed hard body, fully molded hard body. It has every single detail you could want out of it. I have little tow hooks on the front. I have a full aero kit with front splitters. I have mirrors that are made out of rubber to help fold so they don't get damaged if you crash. I have a full laid out interior here. I have everything that I could possibly want out of a hard body minus opening doors and windows. So this is almost premium for hard bodies, as you see how much detail is involved in this kit. To the beautiful Land Rover body I have in front of me. This is the top tier of hard bodies. You cannot get any better than this. This thing has opening doors. It's going to have opening windows. The hood, the trunk piece is going to open. It will have a removable top on it. This will have absolutely every detail you could imagine, from the interior to the exterior, working lights, working everything. And it's going to be a beautiful build to put together. A little bit challenging, but it's going to be awesome. But I think part of the fun for me about this hobby and just everything, you'll be able to build it. You'll be able to say that you did that and you had, time into it, and you can see your reward come out of spending time and dedicating to make something awesome. And last but not least here, boys, we have the custom RC bodies. These can be anything made out of fiberglass, made of 2 other RC bodies cut, put together, made out of metal, 3D printed. These can be any type of array of custom product that no one else makes, but someone just has the willpower and has the desire to want to make something that no one else has, and they make it. Hence my Mega Cummins right in front of me. This is the premium. This is past a premium hard body where you have all the details. This is made from someone's head, from someone's determination, and just taking an image in their head and putting it out and making a 3D version of it. It can have anything you want. If you want door handles, it can have it. If you want the beautiful hood scoop here with the vents on it, molded wide body fenders on it, the imagination is endless. You can do anything and everything you want. And with the beauty of 3D printing becoming so economical and so affordable now, you can 3D print almost anything. Like Scale Builders Guild just put out a video of him 3D printing fenders for his Ranger build. It's awesome. And then you can mold those in with some putty and stuff and make a phenomenal body just basically out of thin air with just your imagination. It's an awesome part, and that's why I love this hobby so much. It's amazing. Now with these bodies, this is the other caveat to them. Just like a hard body, it's going to have its setbacks. With its setbacks comes, well, it's usually all custom built. So if something happens to it, you're going to kind of start from scratch. This body in front of me is made out of fiberglass and Bondo. Not my probably best choice, but it's what I had, and it was what I knew how to work with to mold what I wanted in my head. It also has some 3D printed parts on here, such as the light bar mount, the body mount, and etc. there. Something happens to this body, it wrecks, I roll over, it cracks, it's kind of game over. You got to start from scratch and basically rebuild the whole body. High risk, high reward. So the possibilities are absolutely endless here. You can paint any type of way you would like. Now, I'm not trying to hamper down on you. I'm not trying to give a meaningless topic. I'm just trying to let you boys in on my secret. Over 80% of you guys are not subscribed to this channel. You watch it, I know you enjoy it, I know it brings you value, it's free. Let's do this beautiful value exchange, boys. I bring you awesome content. You hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you're feeling a little frisky, you hit that notification bell. It'll mean the absolute world to me. My birthday is in June. I would love to hit over 5,000 subscribers by June this year. I know we can do it. We're right at the 3,300 mark right now, boys. There's no reason we can't. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your aunt, tell your siblings, tell everybody in between. Call your aunt in Colorado and tell her. Follow the Quaid Crabs YouTube channel.
You and I are going to get along just okay.
We got to get this man over 5,000 subscribers by his birthday. That's all I want for my birthday. Let's do it, guys. I know we can. Now, Quaid, that was a ton of information, man. How am I going to pick a body now? There's so many choices. There's so many different options with each body. Each body has 3 different options in itself. Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to help you with that. How you're going to pick a body is, well, write down a list. You can make 3 key points here on what matters to you. Start with the one that I hate the most, but it's the thing we all have to deal with, affordability. What is in your budget? What can you afford? All of these bodies range in a multitude of prices. You can be anywhere from simple $20 for a body all the way up to hundreds of dollars for bodies. There's countless hours in the custom stuff. There's countless time in finding a hard body. Then you got to go about making it fit your car. You got to go about painting it. And there's a ton of stuff that goes into each of these bodies. There's so much time in this little detail stuff that you wouldn't even imagine. Arguably more time than doing something to like a real one-to-one vehicle. Our second thing to consider when choosing a RC body is our use. What are you doing with this body? Are you going to be absolutely sending it to the moon and bashing it like an X-Max or a monster truck? Or are you going to be drifting around the drift track, making everything look cool, very minimal damage or crashes susceptible to the vehicle? Or are you going to be crawling around and kind of just playing it easy and taking a bunch of cool photos? Or are you going to be using the truck for pulling heavy equipment? Kind of what are you doing with the unit? Once you understand and assess that, it's going to help you understand what body you want. If you're sending the thing to the moon, you're probably not going to want one of these more expensive hard bodies. And knowing one wrong move can end the whole body and kind of trash it.
Oh man, that was like hurt for the body.
Lexan, with the flexibility and the durability it offers from being so flexible in a collision, that's probably going to be the body for you. If you're more of the scale crawler guy and you want going for that primo looks, I'd go with a hard body or a custom body. If you kind of think you're going to bash your crawler or use it for a comp truck, kind of what you're doing, you probably want a detailed hard body. About it cracking, but you still have those little subtle details that you can add, and you can add a ton of 3D products on there as well to help give it that detail. Are you drifting around the track? Are you racing the car? Is it a nitro buggy? You got to think about that. What are you using the car for? And then it'll help you determine what kind of bodies you can look into getting once you know what you're going to be using the body for. And third and final question, how detailed do you want your body? How much do you care about the detail of it? Do you want the thing to have every little subtle detail? Do you want it to have the roll-up windows, the clear windows you can see through, a driver that moves his head? Do you want it to just have the looks, black out the windows so you don't have to worry about it? You can jam all your wires up under the body. Do you want to do a custom one-off body that no one else has done, you haven't seen before, but you love it and you envision it and you bring it to life? Just want to send your truck to the moon and have a body that's sitting on a shelf at a bunch of different hobby stores where you know if you ruin this one in a month, you can go grab yourself another one. What do you care about in the detail of that body? That's the third and final question you have to ask when determining what body to buy for your car. And if you're like me and you're lucky enough, then you have a body for everything. You could have 3 bodies for one car if you wanted. That's also the beautiful thing about this. With some of them being inexpensive, some of them you can make yourself with just some time. Some of this stuff, guys, you can have as much as you want and do whatever you want. Just because you pick one body doesn't mean that's what you're stuck with. You can get as many bodies you want for any car. There's tons of beautiful bodies out there. And just because something says it fits one truck doesn't mean you can't make it fit. As long as you have the willpower to make it happen, it will fit. Now, I'm not telling you everybody will fit everything. Like, this body is not going to fit us in F450, but with some imagination, you could make a monster truck body, like a E-Revo body, fit over a crawler, something on that nature. All that to say, boys, now you are up to speed on everything you need to know about RC car bodies. What each of them does, what each of them means, how to get each of them, and what body ultimately you're going to purchase for your next RC car or your current RC car to upgrade it and give it a new look for the new year. I know you boys love this video. Hit that beautiful like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you feel a little frisky, hit that notification bell, boys. You will not be disappointed. I'm trying to bring you immense value and some entertainment along the way. Drop a comment down below. What body is your favorite? What do you feel about that? Or do you have a smorgasbord of bodies? Do you have one of every body? What do you boys think below? Let me know in the comments. And what do you think? Is this an accurate representation of what these bodies do? What do you boys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. Hope you boys have a beautiful day, morning, night, afternoon, whenever, and however you're watching this video. Hope you have an awesome time, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.